ladies and gentlemen. Tommy Grace back alongside Anthony Devlin here for our main event of the day. This is part of our six-man tag team tournament. As you can see, the Highwaymen tagging with Ganzy, a bit of a strange combination there, going up against the team of DWI champion Rossi, former champion Hendrix, and Sage.
How you doing, Tommy? Anthony Devlin here. It's a little bit of strange bedfellows there with Ganzy and the Highwaymen. One of the first, what would you say, things called by our new manager?
New general manager.
There you go. I can't even get it out. I'm still bewildered by all of this that's been happening. Our new general manager, Lightning Monroe, one of his first stipulations was to put Ganzy with the Highwaymen.
Very interesting combination, although this match does promise us some action because we've got two former DWI champions in Butch Long, who we have in the ring there with current champion Rossi, as well as Hendrix on the other end, who was champion prior to Ray Alla, who then surrendered the title to Rossi. So you're seeing some great lineage here in the ring as far as our titles go. Of course, the Highwaymen multiple-time DWI tag team champions as well.
The match starts off with Highwaymen, Butch Long in there with Rossi.
And Rossi showing that impressive athleticism.
I mean, this guy is awesome. This guy is... we are very fortunate to have him here in DWI. As a matter of fact, we're very fortunate to have both of these guys here at DWI. Butch Long, one of the greater veterans in the wrestling industry and in the Florida area, period, with one of the better, if not one of the top guys, I would say, in all of Florida right now, Rossi. And I would even put Butch Long still in the top 10 of all the Florida guys that are working right now.
Of course, Butch Long, a long-time wrestler, and has spent time in the ring with men that we've grown up and watched, men like Ric Flair. He's wrestled Chris Jericho, Kevin Sullivan.
And he's been to the top of the mountain. He's been at the show. And to be fair, so is Rossi in his young career here in DWI. But obviously not in DWI, but I believe he's faced the Big Show. Was Ohio Valley, at the top of Ohio Valley. This guy, he's got a great resume himself. Again, to reiterate, very fortunate to have him here.
And that's not to take away from any of the other men who were here as well.
No, not at all. Not at all. But it just goes to speak in volumes of how DWI has been climbing in the independent ranks.
And now the Highwaymen voted Highwayman with the best tan, Ganzy's in the ring. I'm not saying that Rossi's nothing. Jarrell does not want to face Rossi here. He's begging for Sage, and he's got him.
Sage Coburn with a bit of a following here at DWI himself. Hendrix in the background. Another. Yeah, I can't say enough how the DWI locker room has grown by leaps and bounds over the last several years. We're very fortunate to have the guys we have on this roster. Great athleticism by Sage.
Gets you covered, but only two. Jarrell takes a cheap way out there with a rake of the eyes. Ganzy very excited to be a part of the Highwaymen team, and who wouldn't be?
I would venture to say, like, this is like the second match of the six-man tournament, and I would venture to say that the luckiest guy in this whole thing might be Ganzy. I think what started off as a joke might end up being one of the greatest things that's happened to Jarrell Ganzy in his wrestling career.
And now Mandrake's in the ring here. Mark Mandrake, the Suicide Messiah, with Sage. Sage a little stronger than I normally think he would be. Mandrake into his corner, and now Jerome Hendrix, former DWI champions, in there.
Great body slam.
Hendrix, no stranger to working against the Highwaymen, both taking the title from Butch Long, as well as filling in with for Rick Roberts with Frank Reyes.
If I'm not mistaken, he got the title. He took it from Butch Long.
That's correct.
Did Jerome.
Jerome, our second ever DWI champion. Very exciting, very charismatic young man out of Manatee County.
Absolutely. In the 3-year history of DWI, we've only had 4 champions. And Jerome might have been the longest. I believe it was just short of a year.
Which might be long, but Jerome was the longest, that's correct. Ganzy again with the Highwaymen chant. He's very excited to be here, I think.
He's living it. Oh, took his eye off the prize. Getting punched in the face for it.
Jerome is just letting him have it there. Big body slam.
Knee to the chest.
And Jerome Hendrix, as you know, I know you've wrestled him, and he can mix it up.
Yeah, I've said this before, I'll say it again. That guy is deceptively strong. Deceptively strong. Big boot to the face, taking Jarrell Ganzy straight off his feet. I hope he has a good dental plan.
I believe Jerome Hendrix was my second ever singles match, and the reason I have to say I believe that is looking at the video evidence, I would think so, but the way he hits you, you kind of forget where you are.
You mean you called he was the second match you ever called, Tommy?
No, I've been in the ring with him. It's a very interesting period of time.
Tags out. Andreas Rossi back inside.
Of course, my in-ring career is shorter than J.W. Anderson. And now the champ's back in the ring here. Nice suplex. And again, the champion, very smart, going on the cover immediately. No showboating, no grandstanding here.
His technical wrestling skill is probably one of the higher level ones that we have in the Florida Indies. This guy is not about looking flashy. He's just all about getting the job done. He's technically so proficient, it's scary. I think he's a throwback to the golden age of wrestling, if I may say so myself. So where you see Stage Coburn doing these high-flying moves, top rope. Of course, a little lighter guy, so he has to use movements like that to put his body weight behind him. Andre Rossi is just a technical wrestler.
Oh, and Sage is in trouble here.
And I would also say Jerome Hendrix, too. I mean, those guys, those two really great wrestlers there. That's not to take away anything from the Highwaymen, as you see the boot drop to the back of Sage's head by Butch Long there. The Highwaymen, again, just my opinion, one of the most underrated tag teams in probably the whole nation.
Now Sage just taking a beating here. The human Q-tip may have been snapped in half.
The crowd cheering for Sage Coburn there.
Now they do love himself.
Scoop slam by Jarrell. Oh! That was a bit mean. I like it.
Snap mare and drop of the knee. Butch Long tag back in here. Sage is not going to give up on that rear chin lock.
Pulling him over to their corner like a side of beef.
Well, the Highwaymen have been tagging together for quite some time. Very fluid team. And Joel Ganzy, for his first time tagging up with these men, seems to be on the same page.
Joel Ganzy has come a long way from where he first began. You know, he has definitely come leaps and bounds. One of the most improved wrestlers on the Florida indie scene. And definitely in DWI, if I may say so myself.
Again, the Highwaymen instigating here. Rossi and Hendrix in the ring, and Adam Reyes' back is turned.
It's beautiful how well they use the referee as a weapon themselves. They suck their opponents in, and then, oh!
Miss of the elbow.
This might be the chance. Never mind, that's not the chance he was.
Butch very smart to realize when he missed that elbow, he needed to tag out, take a bit of a rest.
Oh. Man.
Now, speaking of Butch Long, what do you think of his new hairstyle? Oh! That's the headbutt.
It's like an Apache Indian.
And Sage cannot make it to his corner again.
They really are utilizing the referee as a weapon. It's like the fourth man in there for them. They're just sucking the opponents in and making them come in, and the referee having to admonish them and bring them back to their corner, and they're just taking full advantage of that. I almost feel bad for Sage Colburn, and by almost, I mean I don't. Oh.
In goes Mandrake.
Oh,
Butch
vicious elbow.
Sage, very smart though, knows where he is in the ring and grabs that rope.
Sage's corner trying to get the crowd behind him, maybe fire him up a little bit.
Butch Long just driving those shoulders in there. Oh, missed that one though.
That'll dislocate his shoulder, shatter or collarbone.
Sage needs to make the tag here. Can he finally get over there? Yes, he does.
Oh, tags in the champ, Andreas Rossi with a big clothesline.
Rossi's taking all three men down here. Ganzy takes a slam. Butch Long went for the double axe handle and caught one in the stomach.
Jerome jumps in there, grabs Mark Mandrake in the corner. We've got all 6 men in there right now. Some big right hands in there.
Got up to a 5 count there. And oh, triple noggin knocker.
Looking like a Three Stooges episode in there right now. Oh, big drop kick by Jerome to Mark Mandrake. Dropping him in the corner.
Jerome, one of the best drop kicks in the business.
Oh, Sage Colburn stealing a page out of the Demigod's book. And by that I mean my playbook. That's right.
What would that be? An assisted inverted double cross body?
Oh. Double suplex into a crossbody. Oh, big clothesline. Whiplashing the head off Butch Long. Sage Cobra going to the top, crossbody.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Physics won't allow Mandrake to go down from that one.
Driven into the mat. To the well one too many times.
What's wrong with a big leg drop off the top?
Oh.
This match is over.
I'll tell you what, that was a very entertaining match.
Indeed, it was. Great main event to wrap up our show for today.
Thanks for joining us.
Indeed. Make sure you head on out to our show, coming back July 22nd here at the DWI Arena. For Anthony Devlin, I'm Tommy Grace, and we'll see you at the matches.
Peace.